Not even President Donald Trump can make drill work in the Atlantic. The Trump administration is backing down from efforts to allow oil development off the East Coast, though it still plans to pursue oil leasing off the coast of California and in the eastern Gulf of Mexico. Republican backlash in eastern states. Trump officials are expected to soon release a long-term blueprint for expanding drilling in U.S. oceans, replacing a modest offshore oil plan inked by the Biden administration in 2023. Early iterations of the Trump plan included oil leasing off the coast of California and Alaska, along the eastern seaboard and in the eastern Gulf, where political unanimity, military training, and a vocal Florida tourism industry have long rebuffed oil development. The latest draft erases the East Coast portion and would allow only limited oil and gas exploration in the eastern Gulf, with a protective buffer around Florida. Whether it's protective enough for Floridians is a major question. The shrinking plan underscores how challenging it would be for the White House to launch an oil bonanza in U.S. waters. Trump's first administration planned to offer oil leasing in most U.S. waters only to back down under states' opposition. Elmer Dannenberger, a former chief of offshore energy engineering and operations at the Interior Department, said expanding the industry in some regions has become politically fraught in recent years. Proposing any Atlantic sale would probably not be prudent politically, even if you just want to stir the pot, Dannenberger said. A California oil sale would make for good political theater, a nod to the president's political fisticuffs with Democratic Governor Gavin Newsom. But a sale there is not likely, he said. For one thing, California lawmakers are marshaling a resistance that could prove troublesome. California statutes, for example, could make it difficult to permit a pipe to carry oil to shore. Drillers, too, could be wary of investing in hostile waters. California hasn't allowed new oil leasing in state waters, which extend 3 miles from shore, since the Santa Barbara oil spill of 1969. The state is suing Texas-based oil driller Sable Offshore as the company tries to restart production in federal waters following a 2015 pipeline spill. Who would bid? Who wants to be the next Sable? Dannenberger said. Trump's offshore drilling efforts also face legal complications. Before leaving office in January, former President Joe Biden banned new offshore leasing in most of the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. Trump repealed that order, but his authority to break a former president's leasing commitments would likely face legal challenges. Trump similarly tried to lift an Obama-era offshore leasing ban in the Arctic Ocean during his first term and was rebuffed by a federal judge. In a new development, 3 Republican senators from the Southeast introduced a bill recently to bar drilling off the coasts of 3 states. The American Shores Protection Act, S. 3082, introduced by Senators Ashley Moody, Republican Florida, Rick Scott, Republican Florida, and Lindsey Graham, Republican South Carolina, would prohibit oil and natural gas exploration, development, and production in certain areas of the outer continental shelf off the coast of Florida, Georgia, and South Carolina. The bill would codify a moratorium President Trump put in place near the end of his first term, which bans offshore drilling off those states through 2032, including in the eastern Gulf of Mexico.